Yeah, that speaks summer to me. How about you, huh?
That speaks book 'em, Dano. Book 'em.
Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, we love our music and we love you hanging with us. This is Home Wizards. And, a lot of times we're talking about homes, but we're also talking about places where you live, where you might be renting. And a lot of times if it's an apartment, a condo, whatever it is, you might be, might be renting someone's home. You're thinking, I'm limited. I can't do anything. I have this person that owns the place.
I also think a lot of people think if they're renting, there's no point in doing design because it's not mine. You know what I mean? And I think that's a mistake because renting is a great way to, there are many statistics out there saying that you might as well rent a house or an apartment because it's way less expensive at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So, there's really no excuse to live in a hovel just because you think you don't need to do anything because you're renting, right?
Right.
I grew up in a rental apartment. My mom and dad did. And so, we would paint and change and do stuff and make it feel like home. And it was really a great experience. And I think that it's a mistake to just think that it's unnecessary, because of the conditions that you're living in.
So don't feel limited and don't use it as an excuse.
No.
So what can we do, right? I mean, because we certainly don't want to get you in trouble with the owner, the landlord, etc.
And by the way, that, generally it's all about, don't paint anything unless we, say blah, blah, blah. Well, the point is, look, and this is a little secret aside, if you're going to, you can paint your walls as long as you paint them back before the move-out day. So don't worry. It doesn't, you can paint anything you want. Just paint it and then paint it back.
And then wouldn't you have to know, match it to what it was?
Well, if it's white, it's usually white, or whatever, close enough. The guy or gal who's your landlord, they're not going to know the difference. Okay. If it looks good when you leave, it's fine.
What about the grout in the bathroom, right? What if we wanted to do something that's kind of a solution to very dingy, icky.
Yeah, because see that makes a lot of folks feel like it's a dirty, creepy, somebody else's deal. Well, it's not that hard to regrout. A couple of ways you can do it. Number one, you can put bleach or a grout bleach on the tile, let it sit and let it work its magic. Hopefully, if that doesn't work, you can regrout, and that just requires that you saw out between the tiles with a grout saw, which is like a little handheld deal. And, you could basically do 6 tiles every time you take a shower, and within a month or so, you've channeled out enough of the grout to then come back over it in literally an hour, and it looks brand new. So you could do that. Or they sell grout pens, which are basically like Sharpies for grout. You just paint over them with that pen, and it looks great. So those are really non-excuse things to do to make your grout look brand new, and then that makes the tile brand new.
I love the idea of this, the shoe polish applicator Sharpie thing, and that's like what, maybe 10 or 15 bucks?
Maybe at the most.
Love it.
Yeah, you may need 2 of them. It's fine.
But that's a weekend done, and that's going to make you feel so much cleaner and fresher in this rented bathroom, right?
Exactly.
What about doing something with the carpet?
Well, see, that's the other thing, too. With rental apartments, a lot of times the carpet looks and feels dingy and gross. It also might, be holding a ton of, like if there was a smoker before you moved in.
Pets?
You can pet stains, all that stuff. You really want to, if the landlord's not going to pop for it, just get a real quality carpet cleaning service. Let them come in and do their magic. Because I'll tell you, between you and me, when I demo out carpets when I'm remodeling a house, man, you should see the amount of dirt underneath carpets.
That they just leave there.
Yeah, it's just bad news. So it's really, really kind of helpful if you get that carpet cleaned effectively. And if they're not going to pay, you do it. You can rent the machines at the Home Depot or Lowe's, and they'll rent them to you for $50, $60 a day, and it really makes a huge difference.
But why not spend $100 and have one of these professional cleaning people come? Because won't that make you feel...
Yeah, and they can do upholstery, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would definitely hire a service.
Try to do that if you can.
If you can pop a couple more bucks into it, it's a huge difference.
Now, what about touching up the walls? You said that we can paint anything. We can do that. Maybe they even have empty paint cans in their... in their storage area.
Sure, yeah.
And you could just ask, can I have some of your leftover paint?
Absolutely. And before you do that, you may want to just try using some trisodium phosphate, TSP. Mix it 3-to-1 to water and, go ahead and sponge that out on a wall. any of the stains that you have on or handprints that you have on the paint will magically disappear. So it's worth giving that a shot first before even painting, because you might be surprised. You may be able to literally wash the walls down.
Really?
Yeah.
And so where do we get this?
Just any hardware store, yeah. It's called TSP, or trisodium phosphate.
Not ESP.
No.
But TSP.
Which I have, and I know what you're thinking. TSP. See?
All right. Well, and is that like a dangerous chemical to work with, like gloves, maybe?
I would wear gloves. It's not that bad. No. It's pretty
mild.
Yeah, pretty mild.
I mean, it's like bleach, maybe. It's not
even as harsh as that. But your hands are going to be in it a lot, so you might as well put some gloves on.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How about dressing up the windows?
And the same holds true with windows and cleaning them with TSP. The grime on the windows, inside and out, even in the windowsills when you open the window,
and the blinds
even
too.
The screens.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you can take those off, wash them down with some TSP, spray them off in the driveway or something. Wash the windows inside and out with a big hydro sponge. It's amazing what clean windows do to an apartment or a home that you're renting. It just makes it feel like it's yours, because you've taken the grime away, and it brings in a better quality of light. It doesn't look so grimy from the outside.
How about switching out the light fixtures? I mean, this is something that you could do pretty inexpensively.
Very much so.
And it doesn't impact anybody. And, you could even have an electrician help you if you needed, right?
And all you have to do is, if you like the fixture enough that you're going to want to take it with you, just save the one that you're taking down and label it with a Sharpie in a box and say, living room ceiling fan. And putting ceiling fans and lights up is not that big a deal, but you definitely want to make sure you know how to turn the power off. And if you're not comfortable with that idea, then get somebody professional to help you. But pretty simple to do.
But and if you were to hire somebody, maybe it would be under $100, right?
$100 at the most.
Love it.
Yeah.
What about adding new cabinet hardware? This is something that, again, you could take the old out, put it in baggies, label it, but then make it your own with new stainless steel handles.
And I tell you, that's the bling of the kitchen. It's like earrings on a really great dressed woman. If you have the right stuff on the hardware, it really makes a difference, and it transforms the look and feel of a dingy old cabinet into something new, because your attention's going to that bling that you've just put on. And the only thing you have to be considerate of is the screws that go from the back of the cabinet to the new knob or handle.
Oh, are they long enough, you mean?
They can either be too short or too long, so you can buy a box of those screws that come, with 3 different sizes.
Oh, that'll save you a trip.
And that'll save you a trip, so definitely do that. Yeah.
But I love that idea.
And those are all standard sizes most of the time.
And so get that little backup kit, and while you're at it, maybe get the hardware not only for the kitchen but for the bathroom.
That's it.
Just
replace
hog
all
wild.
of it. Yeah.
What about adding storage? A lot of rental bathrooms usually come with a lot of built-in storage. So a lot of the small additions like shower caddies and wall-mounted shelves, those things can kind of help and give you that feeling of having more space and more storage.
Yeah, there's a great unit that goes around an existing toilet that kind of covers the sides of the toilet, and then a shelving system goes up from there, and it fits the back of the toilet perfectly. That's a really great use of found space to create more storage in an otherwise small bathroom.
And don't forget the tension rod. I mean, those classic old tension rods, they're really great for an old bathroom where you can hang a shower curtain, without drilling into tile.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly. So some great easy fixes to make a rental feel like your own home.
Love it. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, thanks for hanging out with us. So check out our website, yourhomewizards.com. We're on Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and all that good stuff. And remember this, until next time, the key is under the mat.
Only for you. I'll light the fire while you place the flowers in the vase that you bought today.
I'd say that was a pretty successful broadcast.
Now, if you're thinking of new appliances, I hope that you will check out geappliances.com. Why? Well, because I have them in my own home, the GE Cafe line. And a lot of times when you're shopping around for appliances, you think, oh, it's so expensive. You know, I want it to be energy efficient, but that's so much money up front. Well, the GE Cafe line really isn't expensive at all. In fact, it's so affordable. You can get the entire suite and just go nuts. You're going to feel like a chef instantly. The burners on the cooktop are amazing. The Advantium oven, the dishwasher, the refrigerator. So just go to GE Appliances. You'll see all the different lines, but my favorite happens to be what's called the GE Cafe line. And mainly it's because I like to cook and I like to feel like I'm a 5-star chef, but, you know, I have a little more learning to do. So you too can do this. Go to geappliances.com and just check out the Cafe line, and you will love all the new appliances that are going to help really elevate your experience in your kitchen. geappliances.com. Check out GE Cafe.